In a quiet town tucked deep in the woods, there was a small antique shop. Among the dusty shelves and forgotten relics sat a peculiar mask made of old, cracked porcelain. No one knew where it came from, and the shopkeeper never recalled acquiring it. One night, a young woman named Lily entered the shop, drawn to the strange energy in the air. Her eyes fell immediately on the mask. Its hollow eyes seemed to follow her as she moved, and the cracked, eerie grin almost dared her to pick it up. Something about it fascinated her. Despite the chill crawling up her spine, she purchased the mask and brought it home. That night, as she admired it in the dim light of her apartment, she thought she heard faint whispers. It was as if the mask was speaking to her, though the words were too soft to make out. Lily shook it off as her imagination placed the mask on her wall and went to bed. At exactly 3 a.m., she awoke to the sound of soft footsteps. Her heart raced. She reached for her phone, the dim screen casting eerie shadows around the room. Suddenly, the whispers started again. This time they were louder, clearer. "Put me on!" Lily's breath caught in her throat. The mask was no longer on the wall. It was lying on her bedside table, staring at her. "Put me on," the voice repeated, almost hypnotic now. Against her better judgment, Lily's hand moved involuntarily toward the mask. The moment her fingers brushed its surface, it felt warm, alive. She lifted it to her face, and the second it touched her skin, a cold shock spread through her body. Her reflection in the mirror blurred, her features distorted, but she couldn't take the mask off. Through her eyes, she saw the room dim, the world growing distant and silent. Her body moved on its own, walking out into the night. She was no longer Lily. She was a passenger in her own body. The whispers grew louder and louder, the mask tightening its grip. It wanted her to do things, terrible things. And Lily, trapped behind those hollow eyes, could only watch as the mask led her deeper into the darkness. The next morning, the antique shop opened as usual. The mask was back on the shelf, its grin wider, the cracks more pronounced. And somewhere in the town, another missing person poster fluttered in the breeze. If you liked the story, how about hitting the like and subscribe button if you dare?